Hello, I'm Adam Yobst with Bright MLS. I'm a customer success champion, and I wanted to create a short video on how to create an auto email so that new listings, when they come on the market that match your buyer's criteria, are automatically emailed to those buyer contacts. And I'm also going to go into some ways for you to confirm that the information that you're intending to share with those contacts is in fact being delivered and they're using the client portal to view those listings. So let's just dive right in. On my screen here, you'll see that I've populated a few of the search fields. I've selected my preferred county, my listing statuses, the price range. In this example, let's say I'm working with a buyer who's interested in a single family residence that has a garage. So I flagged all of those appropriate search fields there. And now I'm going to select results at the bottom. That's going to run my search, and now I'm looking at my search results. From the search results display, I'm going to select save and then select new auto email. On this screen, I'm basically going to start at the top of this page here and fill all this information in till I get to the bottom and hit save. Now, just briefly, here are the different sections of information that you're going to be asked to complete to initiate an auto email. First thing, obviously, you need to identify the contact. And if the contact's already been added, you would just select their names from the pull-down menu here. You also have the option of adding a new contact at this point if it's somebody that you haven't previously added. You can CC additional contacts. If you're working with two buyers that are buying a house together, for example, you could put the second contact email address here. If you want to receive copies of all the emails that are going out through the automatic email, you would check this box, BCC me as well. Then you'll have an opportunity to put in a subject line and the welcome email message and the reoccurring email message. I think we all know what the subject line is in an email, the ability to type that in. My recommendation would be to type something in like this. This is homes that match what you're looking for. This is the subject line that your buyers, for example, if you're using it to send buyer information, are going to see in every email that they get from the auto email system. So homes that match what you're looking for may be appropriate. The welcome email message is the message that your contacts are going to receive only one time. And it's important that they get that message and then click on Open Client Portal in that first message. That's how they opt into the automatic emails moving forward. So it's important that they do that in the first welcome email. Again, they want to select Open Client Portal. It's an orange button included in that first welcome email in order to get future updates from you. The reoccurring email message is the one that's going to be received every time there's a new listing that comes on the market. They'll receive another email, and this is the message that'll be included in that email. And you have the ability to customize this, so you would type something more interesting in here. Keep in mind the spiky wheel here in the bottom right-hand corner. Once you type something into this box, a nice message, you may consider selecting this spiky wheel to set that as a default. Moving forward, you'll see that message that you've already drafted appear there, and you can certainly just customize it for the new buyer if you want to. That'll save you some time. If I keep scrolling down here, you'll see the ability to enable the concierge service. So if you wanted to enable that functionality, you can check that box. You would also indicate here whether you want this particular contact to be included in the reverse prospecting reports or not. So you can decide to do that by checking this box. Also have the ability here to add this as a favorite search to your home page or your dashboard. And then at the bottom, you would schedule the delivery for these automatic updates. Most of us are going to select ASAP. That's that first option. As soon as a listing comes on the market, then that new listing will be automatically emailed to your contacts. Now keep in mind, if you select this option, they could potentially get a lot of email. Okay, now that I've done that, I would hit save, in which case then the welcome email would be delivered to my contact. My contact would get that email message and then click on Open in Client Portal. Every time there's a new listing that comes on the market, my buyer would receive an email that looks kind of like this. This is an example of a client email. And then have the ability to access that client portal. Now I'm going to go ahead and select this, and we'll see what it's like to be a buyer that's receiving these updates. This is a list, for example, of all of the listings that my buyer agent has sent me. Now I'm playing the role of the buyer. And so this is the initial display that you would see. This is the map view where I see all of my properties listed on a map on the left and then detailed property information on the right. And your buyers will have the ability here to go into additional details by clicking on the addresses of any of these properties and seeing additional MLS information here. Now, you should note at the top of this display, this is your header. And the only contact information that your contacts are going to see when they go to the portal is your own contact information. The listing agent's contact information will not appear here. If I go back to the results, you'll see that I have the ability here as the buyer to flag properties as either favorites or possibilities or discard. I'm going to do that by selecting the heart icon here, and you can see that I can identify this listing on Monroe Street in this example as a favorite, a possibility, or I can discard it. Now, if you can get your buyers in the habit of doing this, this will make our jobs a lot easier as buyer agents, because then in Matrix or in the Bright MLS system, you'll be able to go in and identify the listings that your buyers have flagged as favorites or possibilities or discard. And that'll make it a little easier for us to navigate the MLS information and to identify properties that we want to visit together. So let's go back now to the search tool. This is Bright MLS, and now I'm going to go in as an agent. To confirm that the auto email that I've created has gone out and been successfully implemented and the buyers have opted in, I'm going to go to Clients from the top menu bar and then select Auto Email. From here, I'm going to see a list of all of my auto emails. Now, in this example, I only have one auto email. And what you want to see in the auto email listed here is this green circle with a white check mark in the middle of it. If you see a green circle with a white check mark in the middle of it, you know that the auto email has been set up successfully. You have delivered that as the agent as an email, and your buyer has in fact clicked on Open in Client Portal, and they're receiving the automatic updates that you intend for them to get. You know that that's true by seeing this green circle again with the white check mark in the middle of it. Now, if I wanted to see all the emails that I have delivered here, I can just select the menu here, this arrow here on the left, and then select Sent Emails, and I would see all of the emails that were delivered through that auto email setup. And if I wanted to pull up any of those new listings, I could do that here by clicking on these links. So, for example, if I wanted to see the one that I delivered at 9:30 this morning, I clicked on it, and this is that listing that I sent to my contact. I could also select my contact's name. So in this example, I'm going to click on my buyer's name, and now I see the client options, including their portal activity. So I can see when they're visiting the client portal and what they've been doing in there. In this example, it looks like this buyer has added a favorite, added a possibility, added another favorite, added a note. And I can go in and see this information as their buyer agent by clicking on any of these things for additional detail. I would also be able to see their searches that they created themselves in my client portal. And I can do that just by clicking on Portal Searches. And now it looks like my buyer in this example has created a search called Silver Spring Houses. And if I click on that, I can see what that search result looks like. This will allow me to identify properties that my buyers are searching for on their own, because sometimes the buyers search different information, or they search for different information in the client portal than they tell us, right? So this will allow us to see what information they're searching for so that we can have a conversation with them to better serve them. And this is a list of the properties that my buyer has found through the client portal using this criteria, and I get to see all of that. So what I've shown you now is how to create an auto email, how to ensure that the auto email was delivered and set up properly so they're getting the updates, and how to access the information here on what your buyers are doing in the client portal. So hopefully you'll find that information helpful. If there's something that we can do for you in the future, please give us a call. Thank you.